Hi everyone, my name is Danielle. I'm Miss Happy Housewife, and today I want to talk about how I am going to be customizing the Flylady system for my new house. So as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, my family, we're moving because we purchased a new home. So right now I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe that this might be 18 or 2,000 square feet. I don't remember. But what I can say is that the house that we are going to be moving into is a little bit over 3,100 square feet. So it's going to be a much bigger house with a couple of different levels. So I'm going to have to modify the Flylady system for that house. So let's talk about that. And while we're doing that, I need to go and pack up some DVDs. So let's go. So one of the first things that I am going to adjust or customize in this whole Flylady system is the Monday weekly home blessing. I don't think I'm going to do on Monday. I might, but I'm just not sure if that's going to fit in well with what I'm doing, because I believe it's actually going to take a lot longer for me to vacuum and dust. Actually, it probably won't take longer for me to vacuum because the only part that has the carpet is upstairs, but all downstairs is all hardwood, except for my YouTube office. So with that, I may not really have a lot of vacuuming to do, just upstairs. So it might actually make more sense, because it is such a large house, it may make more sense for me to take all of those tasks and divide them out in 5 days. That way, I'm not breaking my back on Mondays, because that's something that I found here, even in the smaller house. I found that Mondays, I hated Mondays. I know everyone hates Mondays, right? But I really hated Mondays because I knew that I was going to be exhausted by the end of it, because it just took a lot out of me to do all of that. So that's probably the first thing I'm going to do, is separate all of that into the different days. So one of the other things that I'm going to do, and I hope to be able to do this possibly the week before we actually move in, since there is a new floor plan, I'm now going to have to readjust what my zones look like. So in this new house, there is a formal living room, so to speak. It's more like the downstairs living room, and then upstairs it's definitely a much more informal living room. So I'm going to have 2 living rooms I'm going to have to clean. So that is going to be a much bigger zone than what I intended on. I've found personally that the first zone, that one is the entryway, I believe also your dining room, whatever zone that is, and right now I can't really think of it. But I am going to have to really think about what those zones look like and adapt that to fit this new house, because there are more bedrooms. I will actually have a real guest room that I will have to do. So I don't know, I think it's going to be interesting. So that's definitely going to be another customization that I'm going to have to do. And if you have a house that doesn't exactly fit that Flylady mold, then you may need to go and make some adjustments to your zones as well. And I do have a video where I talked about that very thing, and I'll go and I'll link it up here. I think it's gonna be over here. I will go and link the video about explaining the zones and which rooms and what go in the zones, and that's for the Flylady system. So go ahead and check that out. The third customization that I'm probably going to end up making to my Flylady stuff is how there's one day for everything. There's like the anti-procrastination day, the bills day, things like that. I definitely am going to have to make some adjustments to that. I find that it just wasn't working for my family's needs. I believe that they have good intentions, but it just doesn't work for my family. So that's gonna be an adjustment I'm going to make. And I may just have to move things around. I may take one of those days out altogether. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that I'm going to have a plan in place before I get into that house. All right, so it looks like we're doing pretty good. I am filling up a medium box right now with the movies and video games over here. These are the DVDs. Over there, I have VHS tapes. So I'm hoping I can just put those on top. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm definitely gonna try. One of the customizations that I cannot wait to do is I'm actually going to be able to decorate. I really wasn't able to do much of that because we were renting this house, and my husband didn't really want to go and put stuff into the walls. So I'm really kind of excited about being able to decorate all the different rooms. And my plan for that is whatever zone we're in, I'm going to decorate that particular zone. I have had previous houses where I've decorated there. So the way that I decorate is probably a little bit different than what you may have seen, and I'll do a whole video explaining my whole method for decorating. But I'm excited because, like I said, I'll be able to decorate all of the different zones, and I'll be doing that alongside the zone cleaning. So that's gonna be another way that I'll be able to customize my Flylady, because I'm actually going to incorporate the decorating into that Flylady system. So many people think that Flylady just is gonna lead to minimalism, which in some respect it kind of does, when you have the decluttering. But overall, there comes a point that you've decluttered everything that you're going to declutter. So now it's time to make it nice, time to make it pretty. And that's where I'm going to be. Thankfully, I have already decluttered the majority of my house. And I'll go and I'll put links up there to a whole playlist where you'll be able to see where I've decluttered basically my entire house. But because of that, it has actually made packing a lot easier and faster. I have one more cupboard that I haven't decluttered in my kitchen. I don't remember what day I'm doing that, but I have that on my list of things to do. So that's basically my glasses and my cups. I haven't decluttered that, but I probably should, because I have all sorts of weird stuff in there that I don't use. So no sense in keeping it. All right, so I got the DVDs and the video games over here all put into the box. I'm gonna go ahead and tape that, and looks like I'll probably need another box, so let me go grab that. I just wanted to go and give a tip that I am using here in this moving process. Each room has its own Sharpie color. So what I'm doing is I'm writing on the top what's inside and what room it's for. But on top of that, what I'm going to do, and let me see if I can't make it so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So you're not gonna see my face very well. Then I'm taking my purple Sharpie and I'm just marking the corner, and I'm only marking the side you can see. I did it on top, and then I'm also going to do it here as well. And I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but I'm doing that because that way, no matter what angle you see this box from, as long as this is facing out, instantly you'll see that this is going to whatever room this is. And in my moving checklist, and I'll go and I'll put a link up there for you, up there somewhere. But in that checklist, what I'm doing is I'm actually marking a little bit on there, and I will actually transfer all of that information to the floor plan. But that way it'll be much easier to move. So I'm gonna go and grab another box and let's get started on the VHS tapes. So something else that I've recently done, and I think it's really been helping a lot with keeping track of everything, is I'm actually going to start using my Happy Planner a lot more. And so for me, I'm definitely a list kind of person. If you're like me, then a planner may work for you. I don't necessarily need to make it pretty because I just find that it seems like too much work. A bullet journal, for me, that seemed like a lot of work as well, but just writing out a list of things I had to do, that seemed to help out a lot. But making it pretty, no, if I made it pretty, then I would just get too lost in making it pretty and not actually doing it. But that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's going to be a big change that I'm going to be making. So hopefully you all will be able to join me for that, because I think it's going to be, something that is going to help me. Even if it doesn't help you, it's going to help me. And you guys are my accountability partners here, so that might help. But yes, that is something that I will be making the change with. I'm not sure that I like my current control journal situation. And since I'm kind of changing some of the routines and things like that, it's time to go and change the control journal. What I have currently is a binder system, and that's okay, I suppose, but I rarely go in it. Seriously, I rarely go in my binder. So I think I need something that's going to make a little bit more sense and something that I might actually use. So I have tried something like Microsoft OneNote, but again, it's just another binder-like application, and I'm just not sure I necessarily need that. So I will be looking for other things that I can do to keep some of that information, but I don't think it's necessary to have all the time. I hope that makes sense. One of the things I like about the Happy Planner is the fact, and this could be such a weird box, I have all these weird shaped things. What I like about the Happy Planner is that it is really customizable. As long as you have the right punch, then you can put anything inside that planner system. So what I'm considering is going through and putting some of those things on just like a regular paper and putting it at the back of the planner. Because let's face it, I don't think I need it all the time. But you never know. So that's something I'm going to be trying to look into, it because I need everything in one spot. And I think that may be a way that I might be able to actually accomplish it. And I'll show you how I've been using my planner. Even if I don't get everything done, that's okay, but the planner still helps me get it all accomplished. So I'll be showing you how to do that as well. Why do I have a Nintendo 64 game? I don't even know if I still have a Nintendo 64. But it is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, so hey, at least it's a good game. What I'm not excited about this new house, it's not even the house itself. You saw these shelves that have the DVDs and the VHS tapes and the games. My husband will not let me cover them up. He won't let me put doors on these things or put like a sheet of fabric on it. He wants to be able to see them at all times. It's killing me. He wants to have this downstairs. So with that, it's not going to be visually appealing, if that makes sense. So I need to find a good way of making this look nicer. while still having it out. So I'm gonna be toying with that for a little while. If you have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments. I would definitely love to hear any ideas that you may have, because this is killing me. I think we're coming down to the bottom of this thing. I'm kind of excited. I think I can use this. I know it was mine before. I did crafts and stuff, and I may actually get the opportunity to do it again. I love being crafty, making things, and so I'm gonna use that inside my new space. But yeah, it looks like we are nearing the bottom of this thing, and I am so excited. And really, I couldn't have really done this without you. Technically, I could have, but it would have been much more boring. So thank you so much for joining me during this. So that's just a few of the ways that I plan on customizing the Flylady system to fit my new house as opposed to this house. And I'm interested, how have you customized the Flylady system, or what do you think may not work as well for your family when it comes to the Flylady system? Please let me know. I would love to know. So let me know down in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe. I will have some more videos coming out, especially in the new house, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.